You see the brawl at McDonald's in Costa Rica where a single man KO'd 9 dudes? Whoa, what? What are his hands made out of? Bricks? So here's the Dexerto article on it. Oh wait, this isn't the same one. This is Canada. Wait, is the other source wrong? Because how many brawls broke out over Pokemon cards at McDonald's?
McDonald's Canada shouldn't treat customers like this. He says he has no books or Pokemon cards left in stock, the whole rack of them. He gives me a donkey 2 times in a row. McDonald's, I want to press charges on McDonald's.
Wait. What is he pressing charges for? This is discrimination. You're discriminating against Redditors here by not giving me these Pokemon cards. What is the charge? I don't understand what he'd even go for.
No, I'm not being worse than a sick child. I want
yes, you are.
Put it online. Put it online. I'm being targeted.
Oh, I will if you want.
Being targeted?
I wasn't going to,
Please
but I
put
will.
it online. I'll continue because Truro, Nova Scotia, Canada, McDonald's, and say they don't have a book or Pokemon cards in the building.
Brother. It's just some McDonald's Pokemon cards, man. He's so heated. And he's saying it all like so stern.
Cell phone.
Yeah, you can scan it. You can go online. You can.
I'm making a scene because you're being that. Yes, sir, you are.
This is the weirdest argument ever. Now he's speaking like he's speaking like he's talking to a child. You're being bad. They haven't done anything wrong. They don't have any Pokemon cards for him. Just go to another McDonald's, please.
Excuse you. Exactly. I'm dealing with this manager here. Maybe he can get.
This can't be real.
Honey, back up.
I'll press charges, dude.
Oh no, not the charges again.
Okay, then do it, bro. I'm saying do it. You said you do it.
I'll never understand why people that look like this guy, who I know has never been in a physical confrontation in his life, feels so confident to challenge someone else to punch them. That's never going to end well. Like, that's just the worst bluff to make. Anyone can sniff out that you're not exactly a fighter. So why even try and, like, shake that hornet's nest? Just because they want to sue? Maybe, I guess. He does keep threatening lawsuits. Maybe that is, like, the overarching plan. But still, it doesn't seem worth it. Try to get hit so he has evidence, the classic. I guess, yeah. I feel like there has to be extenuating circumstances, right? Like, I'm not an attorney, but let's say I was representing this guy, assuming he gets in there and feeds him a knuckle sandwich. I feel like I could make an argument like he literally asked me to do it. I was fulfilling a request. He told me. He said he wanted me to. What am I supposed to do? To decline? I'm a nice guy. It's better to give than to receive. So I gave him the gift of a knuckle sandwich. He asked for it. There has to be a way, right? Like, you are literally telling him to. Yeah, he's a consenting adult.
You're fucking worst nightmare.
Yeah, right. Meet you outside, bitch.
All right, let's go.
I'll meet you.
Let's find out.
No.
Look at you. How big are your ankles? Size small?
I'm like a
What?
I'd bite your nose off, bitch. Hunt! Hunt! Hunt!
This can't be real.
Hunt! Hunt! Hunt!
This cannot be real.
Do it! Do it! On camera!
Okay, this can't. Well, no, wait. That was certainly a punch. And I don't think that they're talented enough actors to sell something like that. That made full contact. How can someone end up like this over Pokemon cards? And then he's insulting the guy's ankles? How does this happen? What went wrong? This is very anti-Canadian. I'm sorry, Canadians out here have to see that this happened on your soil. I'm so sorry. What are your ankles, a size small? It's such an interesting insult. It's not even fighting words. I'd just be confused. Nobody insults my ankles but me. Put 'em up, Buster. I've come so far, I've got to see who wins this. God, it's like they're throwing punches in a dream. It's turned into aggressive hugging.
We can.
You done? Huh?
You had enough yet? Huh? Say uncle.
Get the security.
I got the squeeze on you now.
You now.
I'm gonna beat my Pokemon cards out of you like it's a Mario coin block. The fight. Oh no! He threw the hat. Come on, have some respect. This is so fucking fucking weird. This is so weird. Like, even the fight is confusing to me. Not that I'd necessarily be good in a fight either, but I'd like to think if I got into a scuffle, it wouldn't look like this. I'd be mad about the Pokemon cards, and I'm even more mad that I'd fight like this. Like, the whole thing would just make me so upset. Some wrestling. Yeah, some good old-fashioned wrestling.
Go with me or you're done! You hit me! And I will fucking hurt you! I'm ready to bite you!
No, not Happy Pikachu during all of this. Come on, guys.
Camera, you hit me!
Oh, no, not a round two, please.
Look at that!
Please.
Now I can,
Not again. It's enough.
now I can fight. Come on.
Team Rocket wins again. Please, no.
You hit me!
At least turn the camera, please.
Come on! No! Call the cops!
Oh, he's got the chair.
Call the cops!
He's got the steel chair.
You wanna go?
Hello?
Oh, God, now he's got the chair too? Fuck.
You got one, I got one.
Yeah.
You attacked me!
Can you send something?
You punched me!
Can we go out the back door?
Super unrelated, but he keeps saying that, and every time he does, it reminds me of that iconic scene from Knock Knock with Keanu Reeves, where he's talking to the two girls that tied him to the chair, and he keeps going, I didn't fuck you, you fucked me! You fucked me! You came into my house and you sucked my dick! You fucked me! It has that same energy.
Give me back my
I
fucking
just
bag!
wanted food. I just wanted food. That's all.
You wanted food and you got so much more. I'd be pumping my fist like, thank you. I don't know why she's upset. I mean, that was a great show. And now you get his Pokemon cards. Do you think he actually bit him? Yes. Oh yeah, I do for sure. Bro, they didn't use any rage arts. Yeah. They didn't use any meter, unfortunately, no supers either. Bro's fighting over a Happy Meal toy. He was fighting over Pokemon cards, man. Show some respect. I think it's safe to say everyone has those hero fantasies where you're the main character that defeats the villain and everyone's impressed and claps for you. You know, that kind of situation you imagine in your head where you're at a restaurant and then all of a sudden Cobra Commander fucking kicks down the door with a bazooka and he's taking hostages, but you go out of your way to disarm Cobra Commander and beat his ass. You know, those kind of hero fantasies I think we've all imagined at some point in our life. But very rarely do you see someone that actually acts upon them and becomes the hero. So please allow me to introduce you to the newest Avenger, Captain Babyman. This is a real-life superhero, and he's just like you and me, just a normal guy, but he has a baby. And he's not afraid to bring that baby into any fight he tries to start.
Recorded. Let's call the police. I'll call the police.
Dude,
I'm gonna call them right now.
do it.
Identify yourself.
It
please.
doesn't matter.
Please identify yourself.
Marvel's really going a new direction with their characters, proving that it's okay for men to cry over nothing. So this is a really confusing video for me because the guy here is really upset about a guy who's at a building visiting a friend. He keeps asking for identification as if this is the bouncer of this apartment complex, which I guess it could be, but if that is the case, they need to fire him and hire somewhere else because this is just not a good bang for your buck here. You are not getting a good deal on your security staff if this guy's the front man here. It's really weird that he's just immediately crying and shaking and calling the police just because someone arrived that he didn't recognize. I guess this apartment complex, everyone's family. Like, it's Dominic Toretto's apartment complex. Everyone knows everyone. They kiss each other on the mouth every morning or something. So when the stranger shows up, fucking go on a DEFCON alert and start panicking. But I just don't understand why he's taking it to such an extreme. And if he really does feel like this stranger is that dangerous, why does he have his baby there? He's willingly putting his baby in harm's way. Because in his head right now, he's on the battlefield. Like, he's in a war zone right now, and he's the only thing keeping the peace. And he brought his baby to it for some reason. If he really felt this way, he should have done the responsible thing as a father and left since he has his baby.
You can.
Please identify yourself.
I don't have to identify.
Yes, you do. Because
No,
if
I
you're
don't.
stepping into this building, you
Are
absolutely
you?
have
You're
to.
not the gatekeeper of this building.
I live here.
It doesn't matter.
It
I'm
does.
here visiting.
Then you identify yourself.
No, they call the police. Like, this is really
Please
weird.
leave. Please stand outside.
I'm not going to.
Please stand outside of the
Dude,
door.
I don't have to. You are in my way.
I have to wonder if this man and his baby swapped brains, like if there's some kind of science experiment, because the baby's using this man like it's a goddamn Megazord in Power Rangers. He's just up there chilling, like controlling him via his hair. And then the guy here is having a fucking baby tantrum meltdown just because the guy he doesn't recognize is at the door. Now, obviously, I don't know the full scope of the situation. I remember when I lived in an apartment complex, pretty much anyone could wander in off the street. We also used to have a lot of people use it as like a public defecation and urination site. So maybe I'm just not super used to apartment culture when you have to like enter a door. Because back then, the apartment I lived at was just used as a goddamn cum dumpster. But I can't understand that some buildings can take it seriously. Like, if this guy was following someone else into the building and this guy saw it, I could understand him being a little skeptical, like, hey, can you just wait? I feel like that would have been a much more peaceful solution instead of like, where's your ID? Give me your fucking ID. I'm the hall monitor. I'm taking it to the principal. ID, 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 ID. You know, you could have just been like, hey, you just wait for your friend down here or something. Like, there was plenty of different ways of handling this, and I still don't know why he was this confrontational with his baby on his shoulders. Unless he planned on using the baby as, like, a riot shield in case things got out of control. I don't really know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's extremely confusing.
You have no right to be here.
You have no right to tell me that.
Absolutely, I do.
No, you don't.
I'm here to make sure the building is... Hi, there's a person
John, this is your home. He's calling the police on me.
John, your buddy here.
I don't have to identify myself to this gentleman.
Please let him know that if he comes in here to let people know who he's visiting. Thank you. Thank you.
Dude.
Don't do that.
Dude, I can't wait to make this video go viral.
John, yeah, that's John.
Now this is where the video gets really fucking trippy. This is where it goes like full Christopher Nolan with its plot. So the guy that he is there to visit comes downstairs and he says, "Hey John." So he addresses him as John. We establish that this character's name is John. So after Boss Baby recognizes that the person he's here to visit actually exists, he lets him in. He's like, "Don't do that again, suck a dick, fuck you, I was real tough." And then he goes over to his friend, who is named John, we are led to believe, since he was called John. And then he just keeps saying, John, 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 John. Which means one of two things. Either John was under some kind of mind control brainwashing thing, and him hearing his name is fucking stun-locked him, so he starts repeating it, John, John, John. And he's starting to unlock all of the memories of his life and remember who he is. Or it means that the guy who was blocking the door is also named John. Which then also leads me to believe that the other man in the background of the video with the mask will also probably be John as well, which means the entire apartment complex is inhabited by just Johns. He has entered into this parallel dimension where everybody is John. The baby is John, he's John, you're John, I'm John, we're all Squidward. I really do like to imagine that this facility is some kind of government building that, like, it's just concentrated John energy and they all just live there and only there. So if you ever see a John, this is where they came from. It's like a factory that prints out different Johns. But yeah, I mean, anyway, I'm getting a little too deep now. I just wanted to share this video because I found it to be an extremely interesting one, mainly because of the big John twist at the end. So yeah, I don't think if you're going to be a hero, at least don't do it with your baby on your back. You know, like, that seems irresponsible. Also, maybe just be a bit calmer about it instead of immediately trying to call the police because there's a guy you don't recognize there. I wonder if he does this when like a UPS delivery guy comes in, or like Amazon Prime sometimes just has people in their car show up, so when he has an Amazon Prime delivery, he just fucking freaks out, like goes wild, starts chasing the car around on all four like a dog, asking for their ID. You know, there's certainly a better way to have handled this, I think. But anyway, that's about it. See ya. A couple days ago on stream, chat was telling me about something pretty gross. So fair warning, this topic's a little yucky. If you've got a sensitive stomach, this one might make you a bit uneasy, a bit queasy, perhaps. I'm gonna get a little political here for a moment, so really brace yourself. Just grip the sides of your chair real hard so you don't fall over. It's gonna get spicy. I think under no circumstances should a politician be allowed to run if they have a documented history of smearing poop on their body. And you know what, that may have angered a few people out there, but you know what, you sensitive souls, I'm gonna go even harder on this. You can't stop me, I don't care who it offends. I think if you have a documented history of eating shit, that should also disqualify you. And if in some unholy circumstance you are an individual who has both smeared shit on their body and consumed feces, you need to be admitted, like institutionalized ASAP. I'm talking about a German politician who went viral like a week ago, and I just learned about him like 3 days ago. His name's Martin. He had videos and photos of himself come out where he covers his whole body in shit. Apparently, he even covered a dildo in poop and started inserting it into himself. He put a bunch of poop on his mustache and gave himself like a Hitler stash of shit. And then his videos that he posted went viral where he went into a public bathroom and started licking the toilets. Like, not just the toilet seat. He was licking crusty urine out of the toilet bowls and then, like, licking the toilet brush as if it was a lollipop. It is revolting. Absolutely revolting. Now, some of you may have seen this floating around on Twitter because a couple of the infamous rage bait Twitter accounts were saying shit like, why are all lefties like this? And then posting the video of the guy, like, licking the toilets and shit. Martin is, I suppose, I don't know if he's like excommunicado, like it's something out of John Wick here, a candidate for the Free Democratic Party, or FDP, which I'd never heard of, so I looked into it a little bit, and from what I've read, they've got pretty much every label under the sun. Like, it started as a liberal party, but in modern times it's more leaning towards center-right because it's conservative fiscal policies. Like, it's all over the place, but regardless, it's fucking cringe to be using this very unhinged individual to represent, like, oh, look at, this is all of them, all poop eaters. Like, it's so fucking lame. This is an unhinged maniac that I think has transcended party lines, where it's a bipartisan perspective where no one's going to like this. There's not going to be many people championing for the toilet licking goofball. But anyway, I want to show you the videos. I can't show you the poopy pics, but I will talk about those in a bit more detail after I show you the video. So here's from the stream when we watched it. Do you see the video of the German politician licking a public toilet? Bro looked really into it. Licking public toilet seat or like the actual toilet bowl itself? Let me take a peek. I did not see it though. A German politician filmed himself licking public toilets for God knows what reason. Well, we don't need God to tell us the reason. I'm sure this guy did, right?
Hier auf dem Bahnhofsklo.
That doesn't look like a punishment. That man is super into it. He looks of sound mind and body. He filmed himself licking the public toilets of a railway station. Of a railway station? Wow, that's significantly more foul than I would have expected. He chose Ultra Nightmare Mode public toilets for this. Hey, can't fault the heart. He said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big. In one clip, however you say his last name, was seen singing the Nazi-era German national anthem along with... What is this word? I don't even know a bad word that starts with M. Motherfucking rectally with a sex toy? Oh, masturbating rectally with a sex toy. So it was more than just licking toilets. This guy had a full-blown episode here. His act of licking the metal fittings of a urinal and a seated toilet received disgust by several by several users on social media sites. Only several. Only a few people were disturbed by this toilet licking. Everyone else was totally fine with it. He also made a mustache from feces while role-playing as former Chancellor Adolf Hitler. What the fuck? If this guy doesn't get elected, then there is no justice in the world. This is incredible. What a great candidate. Where can I find his poop mustache? No, I won't show his poop mustache. I want to see it for myself is all. This is for my own enjoyment, and I'll describe it to you. Oh, wow, that article didn't quite fully explain it. It's not like he just put poop on his mouth. He covered his whole body in shit. Well, I'm not too familiar with Martin, but now I am a little bit. And I don't really like it. He wouldn't get my vote. That video forced him to retire. Something tells me, and this is just a hunch, I'm not familiar with the political landscape of Germany. Something tells me just by listening to him for a second, right before he starts moaning into the urinal as he licks it clean, I feel like he probably wasn't in a good position to win regardless. Just a hunch. Just a hunch. Since all of this came out, there hasn't been a peep from Martin. He's off the grid right now. Probably purchased a shack in the middle of the woods somewhere, and he's living out his days as a lumberjack with no electricity and no connection to the outside world. Because this is one of those things that you can't really come back from. It is so unbelievably gross that it changes the way people would look at you forever, I imagine. So, the poop pics. I can't find any information about who the feces belong to, if it's his own brand, like if it came from his colon, or if it's a third-party pooper. Like, there's no information about if he covered himself in his own shit or somebody else's. Both are truly horrific, but I think if it was someone else's, it would be significantly worse. This is a true full-blown one politician, one cup scenario here, but instead of eating shit like ice cream, he just put it all over every crevice of his body. It's disgusting. It is disgusting. Those pictures I was not expecting to be as bad as they were. Like, I watched Harlem Shake poop, and it made me laugh. Like, it's gross, but, like, that made me giggle. This had me recoil. I was stunned. It was yucky. So, anyway, since all this has happened, there hasn't really been any follow-ups that I can find. Maybe in, like, German outlets somewhere, but they haven't been translated to English, so I'm still kind of in the dark on what exactly the status is with Martin and his, like, political campaign. The only little tidbit of information I can find is that the Free Democratic Party said that they're considering consequences, but I don't know if they've gone through with them, and also that was reported, like, right after all of these started blowing up a week ago. So I imagine if there were consequences, they'd probably have already happened by this point. But again, I can't find any further updates on it. I have to imagine, though, this has truly taken a huge hit to his candidacy here. I did see a couple of German commenters joking about this, saying, like, man, I'm real tired of this shit, and making some quirky quips like that, and that had me giggling a bit. But yeah, that's kind of where the story's at right now. I just had to talk about this a little bit because I saw another headline about it today, and it reminded me of just how gross it was, so thought I'd share it. That's about it. So yeah. I learned very early on in life that you can tell a lot about a person based on how they treat workers, whether that be retail workers at a store, waiters and waitresses at a restaurant, fast food workers, anything. It's like a little cheat code into the human psyche. You can tell if someone's an insufferable douchebag based on how they interact with employees out in the world. If someone's being mean and disrespectful to someone that's just trying to do their job, then chances are they're a worthless asshole. And I don't need to be a licensed psychologist in order to diagnose them with terminal douchebag personality syndrome. But by far the most infuriating are the stupid douchebags, the troglodyte imbeciles that will get mad at the employees for decisions the company made, as if the employees had any say-so in whatever the fuck you're complaining about. You saw it all the time during the early pandemic when companies asked that the customers wear a mask, so the employees were forced to enforce the rule, and would face so much backlash from the customers as if they were the ones that made it. Like, they're just trying not to get fired. So you'd have all these inbred weirdos losing their mind like, how dare you muzzle me, you goddamn communist, telling me how to live my life. I will beat your ass in the parking lot, bend over so I can suck a fart out of your butt. As if the employee that you're yelling at and threatening to beat up had anything to do with the actual thing you're complaining about. They had no say-so. They were just a fucking employee of the company doing their job. And it happens all the time in retail, but this was the first example I could think of since that was happening all over the place on Facebook back during the early pandemic. Just being rude, mean, and nasty to workers who are just doing their job is by far the easiest way to identify a piece of shit. And I'd love to show you a perfect example of this. This is a customer who's melting down at a fast food worker who quite literally did nothing wrong at all.
Hey. Can I ask you something, by the way? No, it's just that every time I come here, like, at the late night hour, I don't know why, you're, like, very, like, it's not even me, because I know it's not just me. Like, I'm sure you're, like, this way with everyone. you just like are very impatient. Like,
This man's face really tells the whole story. Hitting this guy with the Kubrick stare and just a little bit of shock, like, are you fucking kidding me right now? You're gonna lecture me at like 3 a.m. here on absolute nothing? Man's hitting him with a goddamn thespian troupe monologue here. He's absolutely rehearsed this in the mirror, hyped himself up like, I'm gonna give this employee a piece of my mind over nothing.
if like you don't want this job, you don't have to be here. Like I'm just letting you know, like you literally rush my order every single time, and I hate having you.
Imagine going to a fast food drive-thru and complaining that the food came out too quickly. That's the whole definition of fast food, is that it arrives in a timely manner to you. What are you there for then if you wanted slower prepared food? Go to a moderate speed restaurant. Or you can go to IHOP and never get your food, because by the time you get your food, you will have died by old age. Like, I don't understand what the complaint even is. He's mad that this guy rushed his order. That is the whole goddamn point of fast food, that it is prepared quickly for you. You are arguing a non-issue to a guy who is very clearly not interested and doesn't deserve it. This guy is just doing his job at the late night hour to serve your absolute incompetent, disrespectful, entitled ass, and you have the audacity to shit on him for it.
And I mean, I'm sure my word means nothing to you, but I'm just telling you, you have the choice to have a different profession. This isn't a profession. I'm sure you're just very incompetent and you have to work here. But I'm not being ignorant either.
Yeah, definitely not being ignorant at all. Just some kind of unhinged lunatic going through the drive-thru to insult a worker who's done nothing wrong at all. Saying that it's not a real profession and that he must be incompetent. As if the guy recording has a fucking job. He absolutely just came from an affluent family and is entitled. You can tell just by the way he talks. He probably has his pinky up on the cup that he just got there.
It's just like, I come here to get food. Who cares, like, if I've been drinking or doing whatever? Like, I come here at a late night hour, I get food. Every time I have you, I fucking hate it. It makes me sick.
Yeah, this absolute brain-rotted goofy goober just self-reports and says that he's been drinking. So the man is drunk driving through a drive-thru, and he has it on camera and posted it himself. How dumb do you have to be? And to publicly go out there and embarrass yourself like this is so wild to me, because he recorded it himself. He planned to go to this guy and confront him for justice, you know? This one's for the people. It's time we rise up against this one employee just doing his job. So he films this, watches it back, and posts it himself saying, yep, I look pretty good here. Can't wait to share it with my friends. Post it on Facebook for all of his friends to fucking laugh at him. And now he will never live it down. He is forever known as this shit stain. This greasy goblin that insulted a worker for no reason whatsoever. And it is the ultimate delusion that he is the one belittling and insulting this worker for his job, while I imagine he himself doesn't hold down a steady job. I don't know too much about the guy personally. There's not a whole lot of info behind this person here. But just by the way he talks, I can tell that he's very entitled. He most likely came from an affluent family, driving around right now in a car his parents paid for, probably wearing a stained plaid shirt after a night of drinking with the boys, desperately trying to get laid but getting rejected for the millionth time. So now he's just mad at the world, just full-blown bah humbug, going Scrooge right now. I'm going to the drive-thru and I'm just gonna give this guy a piece of my mind. And this is the result.
Sorry about that.
No, I'm sure you're very sorry about it. I'm sure you're very sorry about it. But you are very shitty to me every time I come here.
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sure you're not actually sorry, and you're just saying that because, like, whatever's happening or you're being recorded. So
there is nothing this guy can say or do from this point forward that will convince me that he's not an absolute insufferable douchebag. This guy could quite literally put on the cape and become the real world Batman, and I would still think he sucks. I have no respect for people like this guy. I hate it. It drives me fucking nuts. And the fact that he also loosely admits to drunk driving in the video just makes it even worse. He is two of the things I have the least respect for. Someone who's rude to workers for no reason, and a drunk driver. This man is the whole package, like the entire starter kit for being a douchebag, an actual piece of shit. So yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. Today I saw a video of an overwhelmingly intimidating tough guy. I'm talking full-fledged DEFCON, red alert, sound the alarm, sirens blaring, full chub, full throttle, tough guy. This rare specimen was spotted in the only environment you can find these kind of scary Pokemon, Whole Foods, obviously. Now when you look at me, you probably see a pretty intimidating, scary guy at a 5'6" imposing frame with a big set of fucking pythons on him. Yeah, I can understand why people would think that I'm probably as tough as they get, but what if I told you there's a man that dwarfs even my profuse masculinity? And he's not just a man, he's a father.
People won't learn. These people won't learn. You're a bunch of idiots wearing masks, you know it's not real. Look at you fools, you got a fucking doily on your face, you retard. You look like you fucking got it off your mom's countertop.
Looks like you got a Sharpie off your mom's countertop and scribbled in some weak-ass facial hair. This whole freakout here reminds me of the old Bagel Boss guy. You remember that guy that was extremely short and melted down about women not wanting him at a Bagel Boss restaurant? I get the same vibes from this guy. He just came in here looking for a fight with a chip on his shoulder, mad at the world for fucking nothing. Of course it's about masks. You can look at this guy and immediately tell he doesn't believe in masks and probably believes the world is flat. But I mean, anyway, this guy's dressed like he's trying to go fishing but accidentally wandered into a Whole Foods and now is upset about the whole ordeal. Unfortunately, he's brought his family here with him to embarrass them, and make no mistake, they seem extremely embarrassed by their father as this video continues.
You look like an idiot. You're the child trying to make me wear a mask. Shut up. Shut up, man. Yelling at people. You're a dork. Look at you, you giant fucking dork. What are you going to do? Come outside. Come outside and tell me how tough you are.
The guy that confronted our protagonist is about twice the size of him from what I can see here, so I'm pretty sure that the dad was already starting to sweat a little bit and really praying that his sons would pretend to hold him back, which they did beautifully. It just saved him a lot of embarrassment so he could keep talking shit, knowing full well that the guy that he was talking shit to could literally eat him. I swear to God, this guy could suckle on his nipples standing up. The mismatch in terms of size was laughable. So it was extremely lucky that the dad decided to melt down with his kids nearby, able to get him out of the situation that he's caused. He really does not look like somebody you'd want to piss off. Just look at that beard, that majestic beard. He looks like an old blacksmith who made the tools for the Olympic gods to use. He looks like the kind of guy that would fuck your ass up in a fight, and then just fuck your ass just because he's that powerful.
Fucking little, I'll beat that fucking mask off your face like a fucking retard. Fucking pussies. You're all a bunch of pussies wearing masks. Losers.
Goodbye.
I will say, I respect that this man keeps shit-talking even as he's being carried away like a baby out of a Toys R Us throwing a temper tantrum. He doesn't let the embarrassment of getting picked up by his son stop him from talking a lot of shit for no reason. I actually do love the shamelessness from the father here. He feels no level of embarrassment after being picked up and carried away. His son was so shameful of his father breaking down here and becoming a public nuisance that the only course he could find was picking him up and removing him from the property. After decades of butt-chugging Miller Lights in the bathtub, the father has just lost the ability to feel shame. And this is the result. This looked like something out of Fall Guys, just getting grabbed and carried away slowly outside of the store. A great meltdown, though, another good meltdown. I gotta tell you, the mask debate here, which isn't really a debate, there's one side which is right, and then the one side that's wrong, the wrong side obviously being the ones that think masks are the devil or a muzzle or a microchip or some shit. That's clearly the wrong side, but this whole dichotomy here, this war on masks has been the gift that keeps on giving in terms of public freakouts and meltdowns. Every single day, there's a new troglodyte that decides to wander out into the world and just go fucking wild about a mask. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to showcase a real tough dad out there, making sure the local Piggly Wiggly here knows that he's the boss, he's the sheriff, and if he sees you wearing a mask, well, he's gonna shit in his little diapers there and go wild in public. So keep that in mind next time you think you're going to a Piggly Wiggly in a mask, because this guy might just come around the block and put the kibosh on that whole operation by yelling and screaming and screeching. So anyway, that's about it. See ya. McDonald's is no stranger when it comes to brutal fights and sloppy smackdowns. It's often considered the Thunderdome for the world's toughest, but in this disturbing clip I'm about to show you, not even McDonald's was prepared to handle this meat monster that came in here looking for trouble. This ain't your mother's McDonald's anymore. This ain't no Weenie Hut Jr. shit. This is his world, and we're just eating McDonald's in it.
You need to settle down, boy. Now, are you fucking serious? You just fucking I wanted to fucking have a meal. You have whores up here trying to need to go now.
This is the face of the man who makes knuckle sandwiches. You'll be cruising for a bruising if you step in this man's way. This is Goliath in the legendary David vs. Goliath tale, and he stepped into the McDonald's crucible with one goal in mind, to eat some lovely McChickens while looking up the new Magic the Gathering ban list. And apparently those damn whores interrupted him. Now he's rampaging. God help us.
Get out of my store! Now! You need to get out of my store, dude! Now!
Did you catch all of those moves? I'll slow it down and rewind it for all of you who aren't classically trained in martial arts nor familiar with ancient Shaolin techniques like I am.
Now!
Here we can see the master lead with a right foot buttfuck slip and slide move, but he also throws in the combo with the left arm Shoryuken. While on the surface it may seem like just a simple and effective 1-2 combo, I dare you to even give this a try. You'll likely combust and just lead to fuck all over the floor. It takes thousands and thousands of hours to master this technique right here, and he throws it around with ease. And he doesn't stop there, he beautifully transitions into his Looney Tunes level windup here for the haymaker that would have surely not only ended that man's life, but would also make every woman's panties within a 2-mile radius sodden.
I'll put you down. Come on, follow me. Get out of my store now! Get out of my store now!
The manager's sharp reflexes just saved the entire city block. Had the rampaging glasses man been able to slam the door successfully, you're looking at a catastrophic explosion. That would have been the end of the entire area.
Get out of my fucking shit! I'm gonna go to my store now, alright?
And it was on that day that McDonald's got a grim reminder, stay out of that man's fucking shit, or else. Well, yeah, I mean, that's it. So yeah. I just found the toughest guy on TikTok. The CEO of the Salty Spittoon. He told an inspirational story that I happened to stumble across, and I'm not gonna lie to you sports fans, it's something I really needed to hear.
From that point on, my dad knew he couldn't take on. Now I was 13. He picked up a stick, a wooden stick, and he went to hit me over the head, and I did this, and it broke. And then I took it out of his hand, threw it on the floor, kicked him in the leg, picked him up, and threw him on the coffee table. Coffee table broke in half.
Yeah, that definitely happened, and everybody clapped. This kid Rex Kwandota's father threw a coffee table like it was Mankind McFoley through a WWE table. Now, I read his comments, and there were naysayers in there thinking that he was just spouting off a load of baloney. Bunch of bullshit. Well, poo-poo on you for thinking that he would be lying about a situation like this. You don't know who you're speaking to. This isn't some ordinary mortal, some weak coward. This is a superhuman. And here he is graciously taking time out of his busy day sucking piss from his own balls in order to tell us the origin story of his powers. Kind of like when Mark from Invincible awakened his powers, so too did he. And he is going to use this as a way of not just flexing on us, but trying to lift us up.
That's the beauty, that we are actually superhuman. We just don't unlock these genes because we don't put our body and our mind through the pressure. There is something called microfractions. Little microfractions that you cause with hitting the bone thickens the bone.
See, it's that simple. Microfractions. Well, you didn't learn about that in algebra? I'll drop the sarcasm for a moment. Fucking Goober here is confusing microfractures for microfractions. Also, I'm convinced he's not actually speaking to anyone on this podcast. I think he just set up this podcast look to make it seem like he's got more authority than he actually does on something. But that's just a little game theory. That's a little tinfoil hat conspiracy there. But anyway, I just love that he comes in here preaching, we're all superhumans. Have you ever heard of microfractures? That's the eureka moment. That's the chemical X. It turns out this is the secret that Big Brother doesn't want you to know. We're actually all X-Men, thanks to microfractions. I feel like it's almost insulting to your intelligence if I explain microfractures here, because I imagine most of you know what that is, but I'll go ahead and dive into it quickly, just in case he happens to have stumbled across this video in between beating 5,000 samurais' asses for the day or something, or whatever cool badass thing he was doing. What he's trying to talk about is microfractures, which you've probably heard of in relation to like Muay Thai. And it's like repeated impact to the bone causes slight little fractures to it, so when it repairs itself, it grows back a bit denser, a bit stronger. Now, obviously, it's not going to turn you into a goddamn superhuman. You could go outside and kick oak trees till the cows come home, kicking infinite oak trees, but you will never be able to have dense enough bones to be, like, bulletproof or anything like that. Like, it's not going to turn you into a superhuman, and I don't know why he's talking about it like it somehow does.
I used to sit there and hit my shins with a hammer all fucking day. Do you know why people wear boxing gloves? So they don't fuck up their hands by hitting somebody's head. Your head is the strongest bone in the body, and if you train it and bang it enough for a whole year, it becomes 4 times thicker.
He's just straight up wrong. The head is not the strongest bone in the human body. That title usually goes to the femur. But he does say something I do believe him on about banging his head. That I think he's probably telling the truth on. Like, yeah, maybe he was hitting his knees or his shins with a hammer, and he probably started hitting his head with the fucking hammer too from the sound of things here, because he is way off his rocker here. He is off his gourd.
We hurt, and I learned that at a young age. That's what I learned from the Shaolin monks. Go watch them when they spar, when they battle, or when they have a fight. Boom, they turn their head. Wherever you're hitting, they just turn their head. You punch their head, you're breaking your hand.
No, they don't. He doesn't say a single thing in here that's accurate at all, not even by accident. So, I know exactly what happened here, though. He saw one video, the old viral video of that Shaolin monk who was taunting his opponent in a fight, where he put his head down and was just taking every blow right on the chin. Like, he was just eating every fucking blow like it was cereal. So that's the video he saw, and he thought that must have been true for all Shaolin monks, I think. That's the only explanation I can think of. Like, and I'm giving him a lot of charitability here with my interpretation of this statement, because I think also equally likely is he's just straight up lying, just actually talking out of his fucking butthole. But I think there's a chance he saw that video of the Shaolin monk in the boxing ring where he was getting hit in the head a lot because he was literally taunting the guy, and he's like, oh, that's how Shaolin monks fight. Must be those microfractions I've heard so much about. They must train with that. So now he's spouting it off here on the podcast. But I don't know why he thinks that. He could have just looked it up for like 2 seconds. Like, Shaolin monks don't just fight with their head for blocking. Like, they're not giraffes. Like, they don't just fight with their head. Like, what? It's outrageous that he would think that. Also, I can't help but have, like, an immense appreciation for the lesson he's trying to teach here to, like, the absolute idiots in his audience. That you should hit your head a lot over the course of a year to make your skull thicker. He's actually trying to preach the gospel that in order to be a superhuman, you need to be like banging your head against the wall like it's a horror movie, like the end of Hereditary or something. That is incredible as a lesson that he's trying to get out there. Because that's actually the takeaway. He is literally talking like, if you want to unlock the superhuman X-Men gene, you're going to have to start hitting your shins with a hammer and damaging your skull so that way it'll get thicker and stronger and more dense. You ever heard of Shaolin monks and microfractions? That's an incredible lesson for him to try and teach on TikTok. That's amazing.
Come in to kill you. When I punch somebody, I don't punch their head. I'm imagining my fist going through their head, through the back of their head. Their head gets stuck here on my elbow. That's how Bruce Lee used to punch. And who was like that? Mike Tyson. He comes in, and when he punches, why do you see everybody's head flying? Because he tried to put his fist through the guy's head. That's why every single punch you see people fly. Look today, all the knockouts that are in the UFC. Somebody kicks him, he does a slap kick. Chin, boom, boom, boom. Guy goes down this way. Mike Tyson, Bruce Lee, it's a different punch.
Hey, can't argue with that. When this man throws a punch, he's turning your skull into body armor for himself, locking it in like an elbow pad. That is, of course, assuming you haven't trained your skull with sledgehammers for the better part of a decade, because then even he would be powerless against a skull that thick. You'd be looking like Sheen out of that episode of Jimmy Neutron when he gets really smart and has that huge brain. But yeah, I just think it's really fun listening to this guy talk about how badass he is. It's so cool. I punched through their skull and then their head's locked on my elbow. I end up looking like I'm out of Mad Max. I adorn my body with decorations of viscera and body parts. It's so fucking good.
Belgian horses are the biggest and the strongest horses in the world. Each one could pull 12,000 pounds. If the two of them are put together, how much weight could they pull?
Together, they're pulling 24,000 right there.
By math, if you do it right, they're pulling 24,000. When you put two alpha males, Belgian horses, together, they could pull 36,000 pounds.
Math can never calculate the potential of an alpha. Also, the AI art he uses for all of his videos is fucking mind-boggling. Yikes. Horrifying. But you're gonna find this hard to believe. He's wrong again. So, this is actually something a lot of other influencer alpha males mention about the Belgian horses as an example of how strong brotherhood can be. They're able to punch way above their weight class, beyond what you would expect given, you know, the numbers here. And it all stems from something called entree leadership from someone named Dave Ramsey, who gave this Belgian horse example when it comes to synergy. So, Belgian horses can pull up to 8,000 pounds individually, not 12,000 like Goofball mentions. And Dave Ramsey saying when you put two together, they are able to actually pull under like optimal conditions, trained together, they can get up to like 30 or even 32,000 pounds that they can pull together through synergy. Well, our guy didn't quite understand that. He couldn't get the numbers correct, and he was trying to spout out an idea that's not his to begin with. I don't think he read Dave Ramsey's book. I'm starting to wonder if he's literate in the first place. Instead, I'm sure he saw some of the other influencer alpha males that have butchered that book excerpt, and he just tried to call upon that and got it wrong.
Because one pushes the other. If you guys work together as a team, like two Belgian horses, you'll be able to pull a lot more than you're pulling on your own.
Yeah, I like that.
It's amazing that when you see brothers really work as a team and understand that nothing can break you, which means if I separated you and I took you in a room, no matter how hard I would beat you, you don't give up your brother.
Yeah.
You don't break. Don't ever let a woman separate between you guys. Every single ex-girlfriend of my brother separated us, didn't want me around. When I was around, he was being more of himself. Brotherhood is the most important thing. Okay?
Every single one of your brother's ex-girlfriends didn't want you around? And you think that's a problem with them, not you? Like these women that knew nothing about you at all, like they didn't have it out for you, all of them for some reason just didn't want you around, and you don't think that's because you're a fucking weirdo? Or maybe I'm just talking crazy. That's clearly not the lesson to be learned from that experience there. Obviously not. It all ties back to Belgian horses, actually. Anyway, though, I really enjoyed going down a little bit of a rabbit hole on some tough guy TikTok content, so I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. So, yeah. You may not have been able to realize it, but over the last couple months I've actually had a vitamin deficiency. I've had dangerously low levels of vitamin T in my diet. Vitamin Tough Guy, and it's fucking time to take a handful of nails and shove them in my asshole as I look at a real man doing real manly shit in Walgreens. I've always enjoyed watching these tough guys in the wild just to try and learn from an alpha male. So let's get in here and see what a real modern tough guy looks like.
Okay. How's that? How's that? How's that? Fuck you where you breathe. Okay?
Why are you coming
Don't tell me what the fuck to do. How's that, pal?
I didn't tell you what to do.
You did. You said don't talk to people who you don't know. I'll talk to whoever the fuck I want to know.
Never mind.
How's that, pal?
Never mind. I did tell him not to talk to you.
That's right. So use your fucking head if you know how.
Speaking of using your head, this guy's head looks like it was used to model the thwomps in Super Mario 64. This guy's entire head is like an actual face filter for a TikTok meme video. It's wild. But anyway, you have to respect how he keeps calling him pal, keeping everything civil. I was hoping for a classic I'm not your pal friend, but unfortunately we weren't lucky enough for that kind of Oblivion NPC dialogue exchange, but it's still pretty cool. I don't know why pal is tough to this guy. He just keeps saying pal a lot as if it's intimidating. Like every time he says pal, the guy with the camera starts trembling like, oh, like getting smaller, like, oh fuck, he said pal, oh fuck. Yeah, it's weird. Pal and buddy, for some reason, are like choice words used by middle-aged alcoholic fathers with an attitude like this, and I don't really get why. Those are like the two least intimidating words you can start throwing at someone.
Understood.
Okay, you little pimply little shit.
Hey, you guys. If you guys could not do this in the store.
That sounds good to me.
And so then leave.
I'm checking out, sir.
Yeah,
Check out.
Go ahead, ring out. if you could take
Okay?
6
You're not
feet-
that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Okay.
Okay?
Are you?
Absolutely.
You're gonna get arrested for this?
Arrested for doing what? Just like a pimple on the left. Somebody says something and you don't like it.
Sir.
And you don't like it, right? Is that what it is?
If
You
don't
little
stop
pimp.
yelling-
There's a lot to unpack here. This is like a fusion of Neil Breen meets David Hasselhoff when he was crawling on the floor for hamburgers. So you can see he's starting to hone in on like personal insults at the guy's appearance by bringing up pimples for some reason. In a moment you'll see the guy doesn't even have pimples, so I don't know where that was coming from. Maybe this guy's living in some kind of delusional fantasy where he's seeing himself as a high schooler and he's like picking apart his own insecurities or something. I don't really know. The angrier this man was getting, the further his IQ was dropping. He said, just like the pimple on the left. And I thought there was going to be something to follow that up, like logically, you know, like make like a tree and leave or some dumb shit like that. That's what I was expecting, but all he said is, just like the pimple on the left, you say something you don't like. Like, what are you talking? Pimples don't talk. Like, you know, there's not something a pimple doesn't like to hear. It doesn't have ears, you fucking idiot. That doesn't make any sense. So what do you mean, just like the pimple on the left? That sounds like some kind of Amanda Bynes skit from the 90s. The pimple on the left. What is it? I don't know what he was really talking about, but I like his chutzpah. I like where his heart was at. It's pretty fucking impressive. And then he, of course, really stuck it to him, showed him who was boss when he said, you little pimp. You know, I don't know if that's an insult or if this man's just starting to get a little horny. So, you know, he's starting to get a little semi-chum. He's like, you little dirty pimp. Oh, yeah. What am I? You're a little naughty, misbehaving Walgreens customer? Yeah, what are you going to do to me, huh? What are you going to do to me?
Can you hold the camera while I check?
I'll leave the store,
I'm listening
okay?
to the young
Fuck
lady.
you where you bleed, pal. Right where you breathe. Go vote for fucking Biden and suck right here.
Have a good day, sir.
Nothing says tough guy quite like tugging on your own meat in public as you retreat from a Walgreens. Mission accomplished, I would say. Not only did he not get whatever he needed at Walgreens, he also just left completely defeated and utterly embarrassed, because now it's all online. Not that this guy uses the internet for anything more than like flat earth conspiracies on Facebook or something, but unfortunately, that's the last time we see our favorite little tough goblin. He retreats from the Walgreens and he goes back to his broken home that he's created due to his inability to control his alcohol and his temper. And I don't know anything about the background of this video or what led up to it, but I would bet a decent chunk of money that this happened in Florida. I just get a really strong Florida sense from this video. I can almost smell the classic soothing aroma of Florida bath salts. But yeah, anyway, it'd been too long since we saw a video of a tough guy, and just wanted to go through one. That's about it. So yeah. There's a viral video going around on the internet right now that really struck a chord within me, deep within my soul. A video that is about a short man getting very angry and he becomes a massive douchebag asshole. I'm sure most of you have seen this, but from the perspective of a short man, we're a rare breed, so I figured you'd want the unique perspective of a man who's below average male height. I'm 5'6". And one thing I'd like to say about this video before I play it for the few of you that haven't seen it, is this video is so embarrassing on this guy's part that it made me feel tall. Watching this video made me forget that I was short, and I was just laughing at this guy like, this fucking loser must suck being short. And it didn't occur to me until I went to take a shit and I looked at myself in the mirror that I was like, God damn, wait, I'm short too.
You're great women. Why is that okay?
Why is it okay for women to say, oh, you're 5 feet on dating sites? You should be dead? That's okay?
Who said that to you here? Nobody.
Women in general have said it on dating sites.
So you're looking at the protagonist for this new sitcom called 2.5 Hobbits. He's very upset that he's short, and allegedly, according to the girl who posted this video, this took place at a bagel shop, and he was just being misogynistic asshole to all the women, and that's when they started filming it, and he immediately starts talking about dating sites where girls make fun of him, which leads me to believe that he had just got rejected on Tinder, and Bumble, and Match, and Christian Mingle, and his favorite Twitch streamer rejected his application to be a mod, so I'm guessing just all around was a bad day, and he took it all out on women at this shop.
You think I'm making that shit up? Everywhere I go, I get the same fucking smirk with the biting lip. Shut your mouth. You're not God or my father or my boss. Dude, you want to step outside? You want to step outside? Huh? I'm not scared, pal.
This is the highest level short man rage I've ever seen documented. This is the kind of shit you only read about on Reddit. I actually couldn't even believe that this was filmed. It's like filming Sasquatch. This is such a high level of short man rage. It's like DEFCON 3 of short man rage. It's unreal. Just looking for a fight, constantly on edge, looking to be disruptive. I wouldn't be surprised if before he even got into the bagel shop, he started sizing up a 7th grader, thinking to himself, yeah, I can take him. He may be a little taller than me, but I can definitely beat his ass. That'll impress the girls around here. But by far my favorite thing about the entire clip is the little chest bump on the guy, ready to rumble. He chest bumps the dude's nutsack. This guy is so short, and the guy he's trying to tussle with is so much taller than him that when he does the little chest bump to be intimidating, his tits are rubbing the man's penis. His nipples are handshaking his scrotum.
You shut up too. Just like, no, go ahead and attack me, Jake.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just wanted bagels. I recorded the whole thing.
The classic, what are you gonna do, stab me? Says the man who got stabbed. Hey, go ahead and attack me, as he gets fucking tackled by a dude 5 times his size, a fucking college linebacker out of nowhere. I imagine he immediately regretted that decision to try and act that tough around that guy. And the video goes on, but this is the one that's viral, but there is a follow-up to it that shows what happens after he got taken down.
Oh, and a guy 3 times my size. That's okay?
Get your food and
What happened? Well, I'm sorry.
Get your food and eat it.
You know what? Fuck your fucking breath.
There's no need to laugh.
You think that's fine? That's funny. Now I'm going to take my breakfast. You think that's funny? All you women.
What a fucking roller coaster he took us on there. First he says, fuck that bread, wants nothing to do with it, he's above that bread, an alpha male doesn't need that bread. But then Alvin and the Chipmunks start laughing at him, fucking Looney Tunes style laugh comes in, and he changes his mind immediately. You know what? Fuck you, give me that bread, bang. Snatches it up. I wish he had scarfed it down for a power move, or since he wants to really puff his chest out and be an alpha, I'm surprised he didn't drop trow and start peeing on the bread just to show his dominance over the bread. But he kind of pussies out, picks up his bread, and then goes back to just being a really huge asshole and insulting people.
All you women say shit like shit. All of you. All of you. Yeah, all of you.
You need to go.
No, you women need to stop being so fucked up.
He then went home to make a blog post about why nice guys like him don't get the good-looking girls in society, and it's a shame. He is a nice guy, as you can clearly tell, well-adjusted. He seems to have a good head on his very small shoulders, but I think it's really sad the lack of self-control and most likely self-awareness. I guarantee he went home thinking he did nothing wrong and that society was just beating down the short guy again. Now, he says he's 5 feet in the video. I don't know if that was an exaggeration or if he's under 5 feet or above 5 feet and he was just exaggerating on either spectrum. Doesn't really matter. You know, there's nothing you can really do about your height. You can either be an insecure little bitch like this guy and take it out on the world, you know, shaking your fist at the clouds because you're upset that you're so goddamn short and it's unfair, or you can just live with it, fucking deal with it, and don't be such a little pussy. Have fun with it. Make jokes about it, but why act out like this at a fucking bagel shop? No one wants to be around a guy like this. But I mean, yeah, I don't really have a very super unique perspective on it. To be honest, I just kind of wanted to make jokes about this. But it really is sad that my fellow short brethren act out like this, and that's why a lot of people expect short man rage occasionally, you know? There's no reason to be this insecure about something that you just don't have control over, and that's about it. So yeah. I remember when I was a kid in middle school, there was a guy that tried to sell me cigarettes once. It wasn't like an adult or anything, it wasn't a creepy uncle situation, it was just a fellow classmate, and he like pulled me aside, he's like, Charlie, you want to see something fucking epic? Hey, you ever heard of cigarettes? And I was like, yeah, I've heard of those goofy little things before, why? So he like opened up his backpack and showed me. He made it seem like he was showing me like a real life fucking Pokemon or something, like a dinosaur egg. And I just never really forgot that. That story doesn't really have anything in common with what we're talking about today, other than I now feel like that kid's selling cigarettes, but instead of selling cigarettes, now I'm just showing you something fucking epic, with a grown-ass man melting down and throwing a temper tantrum after being told he has to move 1 seat to his left in a movie theater.
Seats in this theater.
So that's
why
not
do you
yours.
have to have mine?
It's not yours.
Go away.
That's not gonna
I pay my money. I have a right. To sit in your seat, correct?
Yes,
that's
my
not,
seat.
That's not your seat.
How can you tell it's not my seat?
Because your ticket has your seat number on it.
Absolutely bent him over and blasted his ass with facts and logic. Put his ass into a checkmate, the scholar's mate, by dropping the mic after revealing that his ticket has his assigned seat on it, as pretty much every movie theater does these days. And so, to bring you up to speed, this gentleman was asked to just move to his seat that is on his ticket, and that's when all hell broke loose. That's when the demon came out.
Whatever.
Let's find it.
Whatever.
This can easily
Do
be
your own
resolved
policy.
in
No,
your
I'm going to be an
argument.
asshole because you're being an asshole.
I am not.
I'm a patron here.
Okay, and I'm trying to find
And this
your
will be
seat.
the last time that I come to this imagined theater.
My man just dropped a theater on him. That's some straight out of SpongeBob fire. Again, this could all be solved super easily if he just moved to the seat right next to him. But he just will not budge. This is what happens when an unstoppable object meets an immovable sack of rejection and failure.
All right,
great.
I paid
That
my
sounds
money.
great.
Does anybody
please
here
don't come
think
back.
that
Please
this
don't
is
come back.
actually a thing where it's like, it doesn't matter where you sit. It's not assigned seating.
It is.
Go sit in your own seat.
Thank you.
So now we get a look at our protagonist here. It's Hulk Hogan. Hulkmania is running wild here, brother. I'll tell you what. And the camera angle is very cinematic here. I feel like a child hiding inside of my parents' closet. Now they've just busted in and started making out with each other, and I'm really uncomfortable. You also gotta love that the crowd work didn't exactly pan out. Wait, guys, what's the deal with assigned seating? Does anyone else believe in this shit? This shit's more made up than round earth theory, am I right? Like, come on, what's going on with that shit? And some guy's like, bro, just go to your seat. He's like, oh, bah humbug, whatever. It's just this phenomenon that I always find amazing, when someone is so confidently wrong and lost in their own delusion, just huffing too many of their own farts that they just really think that they're right, and put themselves out there to get validation and never find it. It's like those people that are melting down in a public store or at a retail worker, and they film themselves melting down and insulting the retail worker, thinking that they're in the right and it looks good on them. But every single time, it just gets them attacked by everyone, or they get like fired from their job for it because they themselves posted their worst moment thinking that they were in the right.
Oh, thank you.
Please, sir, let's find your seat and we can start the
No,
meeting.
I'm not going to.
Then I'm going to ask you to leave.
You did, like 4 or 5 times. And that's why now we have a disturbance. Because some other people can't just be like, you know what? I could sit right here.
Sir, we're not doing this
One
anymore.
seat off.
We're not doing
One
this, sir.
seat off.
I gotta say, man, the employee here has the patience of an actual Zen master. I don't know how someone can be dealing with fucking drunk Yosemite Sam over here like this with such a level head. He's just sitting there being as respectful as possible given the circumstance. So that guy needs a raise. ASAP.
So if I were to move over one seat, everything would be okay.
Sir,
Is that what you're saying?
you're just
Is that what you're saying?
Listen.
Does that mean?
Are you gonna listen?
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Be my pest.
Okay. At this point, you are disrupting the show for these fine folks. We're gonna ask you to leave. We'll get you a refund though. I'll be nice and get you a refund.
I don't know. I might want to be taken out in handcuffs now.
Sir, come on.
I say call his bluff. This is not a guy who's accustomed to confrontation or fighting. When you see him stand up, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is a guy whose only argument has probably ever come from playing Dungeons & Dragons online, or maybe like a rule dispute in Magic the Gathering. There is no chance that this guy would be okay in the face of like actual confrontation. He's just taking advantage of some very respectful and nice workers and being an insufferable asshole. Now, it does sound like he's been drinking, but that's no excuse for this behavior whatsoever. It's such a small, trivial thing to just move one seat over. I imagine the reason they even checked his ticket and then found out he was in the wrong seat is because someone was trying to sit in their assigned seat, but this fucking vigilante swamp-ass monster couldn't help but try and like fight for his right to be a nuisance. It's so frustrating that people will cause such a massive scene over something so small. Just move one seat over. It's just not that hard.
I paid my money. I don't understand why it is. If I sit over here, one seat, it's okay, and everything is right with the world. But if not, the world stops and everybody gets upset.
Sir, let's go. I'll be nice and I'll get you a refund.
I want more than just a refund.
Okay.
Can I get a drink?
We'll take care of you in the lobby.
One more drink's gonna have this man in the fetal position crying and asking for his mom to pop a tit for him to suckle. It's not a good idea. He's definitely hit the sauce a little too hard today, though he does strike me as just an already angry person to begin with if he's willing to go this hard on something this insignificant. So hopefully he didn't get a drink, and hopefully he didn't get a refund. He was not entitled to a refund. He literally just donated to this theater to not even see a movie. He went in here confrontational and basically kicked himself out. He does not need a refund. That is being way too nice to this guy. These two workers deserve a raise for having to deal with someone like this. Just an actual public nuisance.
Fine. And then I won't come back.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make sure everybody knows about this shit.
Okay. I appreciate that.
I'm capitulating because I don't want to watch the movie now. You ruined it for me. Because of your silly ass rules.
Okay. I apologize about that.
Take a look at that drip, god damn! Looking suave. Man out here with the red on red, dressed like an actual zit. Or maybe the saturation's a little up and maybe it's orange on orange and he's cosplaying as a traffic cone with a wig. I'm really not sure, but he's looking real good here. Man's looking like Doc Brown going through a phase after Back to the Future 3.
I still think I'm being the bigger person here.
Okay. I think you dropped your phone.
Yeah. Should we play? They said they paid $900 for it. Goodbye, everyone. Enjoy your movie.
The most predictable twist in cinema history. This guy owns a trench coat and unironically wears it in public. I actually thought when he first picked it up it was a trash bag or like a tarp or something, and then it turned out to be a trench coat and I just thought, yep, that makes sense. That tracks. That sounds about par for the course. He probably also had like a katana stored in the trunk of his car just in case he happened to get jumped by 6 samurais on the way out of the parking lot or something. Just really sad shit. Just a public nuisance for no fucking reason. Could have just moved one seat over and saved everyone the trouble and himself the embarrassment. I think this is just a lesson to everyone to not make a big deal out of such simple and small things. Even like, let's say in some fantasy world, he was right. You know, he was actually in the right seat and the movie theater was wrong. None of them couldn't read. They were all illiterate. Even still, it was such a simple ask. They're asking me to move one seat over. I might be right, but why am I going to fight them? It's their facility. I'll just move over so that way I'm not intruding on everyone else's time. It's just not hard to just do something simple for the sake of everyone else's enjoyment and ease of existence. Like, it's just, I don't know, that shit just drives me up a fucking wall. Anyway, I just saw this today and wanted to talk about it. That's about it. See ya. A couple days ago, I treated you all like my therapist, where I confided in you that I wasn't feeling overly tough anymore. When I posted that video watching Tough Guys, I told you about my insecurities. I wasn't feeling like a manly man's man, like lumberjack, butt fucking, pussy slaying tough guy. And today it just really hit me even harder. That box behind me right there is a bidet attachment for my toilet. No tough guys cleaning their ass, let alone pressure washing it. So I needed to watch another Tough Guy today to get inspired and remember what it's like to be extremely masculine, and I found a great patient zero for this. This is one of the toughest men I've ever seen in a Walmart.
Don't try to fucking go too far and start something, right? Right? You want to see my back kick right now?
Call the cops.
This guy forgot he's not in college anymore, so his frat can't back him up. So to me, he seems a little bit skittish, but kind of like a scared animal, trying his best not to look weak, but in doing so looks extremely weak. I will say, though, I love his threats. Do you want to see my back kick? Sounds like something SpongeBob would say after taking one lesson of karate. I feel like this dude's stuck in some kind of time vortex where he thinks he's 10 years younger than he actually is in reality, but he definitely strikes me as a fighter, a fucking warrior. I guarantee every time he goes into the bathroom to take his shit, he shadow boxes in the mirror just to practice his combat techniques. He probably just envisions all of these incredible fights in his head where he's the anime protagonist, the hero. So he's working on like these weird techniques, like fucking charging up his punches like Donkey Kong. And then of course his signature back kick.
Let's go!
Call the cops? Yep, call the cops right now.
That's what I'm tired of. You guys think, you like black people. You guys think you guys are so fucking strong.
Yeah.
You guys think you're so fucking strong and everything.
Congratulations, you just set a new any percent record for the racism speedrun. It only took him like 2 sentences to reveal that he's a racist, so that was pretty impressive. Look at this technique though, I mean look at that stance. What is that? Is that crouching tiger hidden douchebag? I take back what I said, he doesn't look weak. If I was to choose one word to describe this man, it would be diesel. He's looking strong and fierce. He's taken 2 rumble boxing aerobics courses at his local gym, and he's feeling like a champion.
Right, come on, make a move, dude, come on.
Sir, I'm
Come on.
asking you, it's time to go.
Come on.
Time to go, sir.
What?
Excuse me.
What?
Hey, excuse me. Hey,
We got out of here.
time to go.
You've been drinking. You need to go.
His speed is inhuman. If you blinked, you would have missed over 1,000 blows. I think the human eye can only register like half of the moves he actually did there, but I slowed down the footage in order to see every move. When he did this, into this, there was actually over 15 individual punches thrown. It was like out of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And admittedly, that kick was a lot higher than I thought it would ever be, coming from a guy that looks like this. I'm sure it came at a high price. That's definitely the highest he's kicked since he was a kid. And he's definitely paying the price. I'm sure he pulled a muscle there and he won't be able to walk in the morning, but god damn it did he look strong doing it. It was worth it in the end. After seeing this, I have no doubt that this man is an absolute weapon. I guarantee his Bible study peers are afraid of him, just in case they get on his bad side, because he might unleash an unholy beatdown and absolutely clobber ass. These techniques are forbidden jutsu, and he's mastered each and every one of them.
Black people? Walmart on.
Yeah.
Pokemon Snap just came out. I was trying to get Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap. Yeah, that's what we're here for too.
Yeah, just in case you were curious what started all of this, apparently that guy was just being an asshole over a copy of Pokemon Snap and then decided to start threatening back kicks and shit like that. Crazy. Yeah, but huge thanks to the Walmart staff for intervening there. If left unchecked, that man's power could have gone out of control and just been devastating, like an apocalypse level event. That's probably the Armageddon that was written about in the Bible, is just when that guy's temper flares up. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't an asteroid that killed the dinosaurs. It was this guy just getting angry about Pokemon Snap not being available. So, I mean, Jesus Christ. There was a close call, but Walmart staff really saved the day there. And now that guy's gonna go home, butt chug his Budweiser, and just think about how strong he was. Because this guy was a real fucking tough guy. And, yeah, that's about it. So, yeah. I've made quite a lot of content covering fast food freakouts where entitled stupid customers have an absolute meltdown and go on a rampage over trivial problems with their order. And they range from like goofy and silly to downright sad and tragic. Like the time a guy shot 2 Subway workers, killing one of them because they put too much mayonnaise on his sandwich. This evil, smooth-brain idiot actually took someone's life because they went a little heavy on a condiment. Jesus Christ. Mayonnaise may not be an instrument, but it was a death sentence for this worker, unfortunately. It's beyond tragic, and what's even sadder is just how common these kind of responses are in the fast food industry. That is far from the only case of someone losing their life to something super stupid like too much mayonnaise. And I know I've talked about that story in particular before and many others like it, and today I want to talk about another situation that happened a couple days ago, and this one has a whole video for it. And this video is shocking. Like, this is more shocking than the Into a Darman film. It had my eyes wider than the first time I gazed upon a bare breast. It has so much going on over something so little. So I'll quickly give you the lore here, the motivation behind what you're about to see, so you can watch this video in a pure state of bewilderment over the reaction to something so insignificant. A customer goes into a restaurant late a couple nights ago and he orders chicken and waffles as well as fish and coleslaw. He is served and even appreciates the food, he eats it, and then leaves. He comes back 45 minutes later and says he actually wanted chicken wings instead of chicken tenders, and demands that they whip him up a fresh batch of chicken wings in order to satiate his gluttony. Well, the store's 5 minutes to closing, and they say that's not really, on the table here. That's not really in the cards. We're about to close, so we can't do that. The person in charge of the restaurant even offers a refund, which is beyond generous. This guy's a fucking saint. To even be offering a refund, even though he ate what he ordered and then came back to make a big hullabaloo over nothing. So he offers the refund, and then just asks for the card that was used to pay for it, so that way he could, give the money back. However, he noticed that there was a bag with chicken wings in it, but it was another customer's order whom was going to be served those chicken wings. And this fucking sets him off and leads to everything you're about to see in this video. I know the story I just told you is riveting. It's like a fucking Dr. Seuss book. And it actually happened. That is the motivation from everything I've read on the story behind this huge blow up here. Obviously, we're coming into the action after the first quarter here, so they're already in a bit of a scuffle. So we get to see him like lunging over the counter multiple times, grabbing like the payment processing unit, like fucking ripping it off, and then when he's unsuccessful there and falls off the counter, he runs to the door and rips it off the hinges. This man came in here with stupid strength, so he takes the door, rips it off the hinges almost effortlessly, as if he was like ripping a piece of paper. I imagine it had to just be all of the adrenaline because he's not that big of a guy, so he probably tore like half of his muscles in his arms just pulling that off so easily. Or maybe this is just how he powers up, like Popeye with his spinach. This guy, when he doesn't get his chicken wings, he goes into like fucking Superman mode. He becomes like some kind of invincible fucking Hulk.
Shit got real.
Now the restaurant worker is fighting back. He brings out like some kind of police baton, almost. I don't exactly know what it is, but he's got the stick out now, and he's ready to get a little crazy with it. So he chases him out there and starts like whacking him with it like he's swatting a fly. The goofball customer also tries to use that door he ripped off as some kind of weapon, so he tries to like almost swing it like a baseball bat there for a second before realizing it was way too heavy for that, and also the guy hits him with the stick. And then they go to the ground, so we get into the ground and pound phase of the boss fight.
Oh, my style. He didn't know. Oh, he did not do that. Oh. Oh. The
restaurant worker won on the ground game, I believe, and then even gets to claim his prize of the douchebag's phone, so he takes it and smashes it. Much to the dismay of the camera guy, he seemed like personally offended that this fucking asshole's phone got smashed. The way he acts makes it sound like he's stunned that such a dishonorable move was pulled during such an honorable fight. He's like, oh my goodness, now you've crossed a line. Everything up until this point was all good manners and by the book, textbook Knight's Honor Code, and then you go and smash his phone. A despicable display of sportsmanship. Like, what the fuck? The dude deserved to have his phone smashed, bare minimum, at the very least. Like, that was absolutely par for the course. And that's not where this stops. There's no audio here, so I'll just go ahead and tell you what you're looking at. It is the fucking guy crashing his company tow truck into the building and then scooting away. So he zooms on out of there, peels out. Now, of course, I'm no expert here, but using the company car to commit a crime is probably a pretty fucking dumb idea. Not that he was making good decisions before then either, but that has to be one of the most identifiable things you could possibly be driving in order for people to track you down. The fucking company tow truck, of all things. And he blasts it into the side of the building here, and then gets out. He gets the fuck out. What's crazy, though, is that he still hasn't been found. Despite the company tow truck being identified, the actual person, has still, as of right now of me recording this, hasn't been arrested for it or anything. How is that possible? There's a lot of damage to the tow truck itself, and I don't think he owns the business, because if he did, I doubt he'd be using his fucking tow truck as a goddamn missile. Like, whoever owns that business should have probably noticed by now that, wow, this tow truck's pretty fucked up. Well, what happened to it? And then, dots start getting connected, like, holy shit, my employee is that absolute menace that was just on the news for crashing a tow truck into the side of a restaurant. Well, not even the side, into the front door of a restaurant. Like, I don't know how we're at this stage where this guy is still getting away with it 2 days later.
The customer ripped the door off its hinges,
grabbing the door, trying to come inside the store with the door.
They tussled outside the restaurant before the angry customer ran, but it wasn't over yet.
He jumped in his tow truck, then he slashed the whole building with his truck.
We're living in a day and age where we can get multiple angles of pretty much anything that happens out in the world, so we get a deeper look at what happens outside of the store here, as well as seeing the entire situation with the tow truck going right into the building. We've got, the Instagram angle from just boots on the ground guy who's there in person filming it on his phone, and then we have the security camera footage in order to give us the other side here, so we can catch every little detail, which is fantastic, very cinematic. And I think the coverage here is very important because it does point out exactly what I just said about the company tow truck, but it sheds more light on exactly how he's evading authorities right now, and it's very surprising.
It appears there was a passenger in the truck at the time, and despite the heavy damage to the front end, the angry customer drove away. Now, the truck had a logo on it, a solid lead, right?
The towing truck companies, sometimes they lend their trucks to each other.
So, he says police told him that doesn't identify the driver.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't have the driver's name on the side of the truck or anything. It's not like he had a flag that he was flying that said, here's who I am, or anything. But if you do a little, investigating, I feel like it should be easy, right? There'd be a paper trail of lending a fucking tow truck to another tow truck company or another person, right? There would absolutely be some kind of documentation on where this tow truck went if it was lent out. At least I would assume. Again, I'm not a fucking expert, but I can't imagine it's that difficult. That is one of the most fucking identifiable things he could have been driving. Like, it really can't be that hard to figure out where this tow truck came from, who lent it, and who did it get lent to. It should be a pretty easy trail to follow, I would guess. But maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking about it too naively. That's very possible as well. But this is just such a fucking wild situation all over chicken wings. Well, and it's not like he didn't get served food either. Like, it's not even that he's hangry, right? It's not even like it's not you when you're hungry type situation. The dude ate a full meal, chicken tenders, waffles, fish, and coleslaw, but then wanted wings instead. So he already had a full tummy, his belly was stuffed, but he just wanted some more, and they were like, hey man, it's about to close, how about no? And that's what set all this shit off. Fucking wildness. And what's even wilder is not too long ago we had another situation where a woman crashed her car into a Popeyes because they were missing the biscuits from her order. So she threw her life away over some missing biscuits. There's no video footage of this one that exists. However, in my head, I picture it like Gears of War 3 when Dom crashes his vehicle into the explosive shit that destroys some of the locusts. Like, she just leans her head back, like as she's about to crash into the restaurant, and she just thinks to herself, this is worth it. The biscuits are worth it. As it all just fucking explodes in front of her here at the fucking Popeyes where she's crashing her car into because of the biscuits being absent. Point is, fast food work is dangerous. All types of unhinged lunatics enter these establishments and go berserk. And this is just another case of that happening, and this one just happened to have video footage around it, so I wanted to talk about it a bit. That's really about it. I'm wishing the best for the restaurant workers as well as just the entire establishment. Hopefully it can get back to 100% soon, and whoever was responsible for it gets held accountable. That's about it. See ya.